Howdy-ho, Stampers. Deb Valder here, your Fun Stampers Journey Coach. Today I'm here to bring you another Can You Case It blog challenge. So today's challenge had to do with having a sentiment up on top and just something there on the bottom. So this is the card that I'm going to bring to you today. I just wanted to show you the stamp sets that I'm going to be using in it, okay? So this one right here, Climbing Mountains, I used Life is Good. I just took part of the stamp for this one. So I used the Life is Good in the Climbing Mountain stamp set. I used, so that was that one right there. And then this one, I used the Be, actually both of these sentiments came from the Be Happy. You know, this is my go-to favorite one so far this year, so I just love this. It used to be a previous bloom box, so I'm just absolutely loving it. It's in our big new 2016-17 catalog. Absolutely love it. It's a must. Okay, so I used that one, and then I also on this one I used the star elements here, the cuttings and the piercing ones. So I used that on this one right here, and then the new item that we have is this pop-up love die. So let me just show you where I use that. This is going to be one of your favorites. I think we have two pop-up dies in our new catalog, this one and a tree, and they are both absolutely beautiful and so fun to use. So are you ready? Here we go. Ready, ready, ready. And when you open it up, voila, look at that. Look at the texture on that. Look at the pop-up in there. Just adorable. So that's this one right here. And then this one, same thing, only on this one here, I cut it out a second time and glued it so that they're two different colors. Do you see that? It's still the little pop-up. Look at all that dimension in there, and so cute. Now, if that wasn't enough, each one of these is a pocket card, so I can take and put a gift certificate in here. So if I had a birthday and I wanted to send this to someone for their birthday, the card is on the outside, but the fun doesn't stop when you go on the inside and you've got this little pop-up. Isn't that adorable? Just absolutely love it. So let's get started. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go and cut out my my pop-up I love you. All right, this is what the die looks like, and it takes a half a sheet of cardstock, because remember, in your card you've got a half a sheet and a half a sheet, so it takes a half a sheet of cardstock, just like it would if you were to layer anything. All right, so we're gonna just take and run over and cut this out, and I'll be right back. I'm running this through, that's all I'm doing. Okay, all right, so that didn't take very long. I am just going to pull it apart now. So there is the leftovers from the half a sheet of cardstock. And next what I'm going to do is just to pop it out. And you'll see that it actually just pops out all by itself. So there is our pop out, okay? And let's just take and start to fold this. So I'm not sure if you can see it on camera or not, but it has the little folds right here. What I like to do is to take my bloom tool and just help it along a little bit. So there's a pop-up here. Let me just take the card and see if you can see it. Maybe you'd even see it better on the one that is white on the inside. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to pop this one out. Can you see that? I'm going to pop this one out. So these two folds right here are actually going to get creased out, and with your bloom tool it just helps you to do that. So there's that pop, and then we're going to do the same thing over here on this one. I'm just going to take my bloom tool, which is a must, and I know everybody has this already, so just get it out, and then what we're going to do is just finish the creases. And now all we have to do is pop out the bottom one, because right here is the fold in the card. So just pop these two out. Let's get that out of the way. Let's just pop these two out. I know it looks complicated, but it's really not. All right? You just need a little help in the beginning. And then we're going to take and just, let me just refold that one right here. And this one right here. And then when you go to fold it over like this, it just automatically folds where it's supposed to. Okay, and there we go. Ta-da! You see how it just folds? Now what I'm going to do is just take my my crease tool right here and just finish marking them with really good creases. All right, so I'm just basically creasing them down with my crease tool. Okay, and now we have the inside of it done. All right, so that's ready to go on the inside. So let's work on the outside real quick, okay? And I'm just going to bring this one out because I'm going to do the pink one because I have a birthday coming up that I need a card for, okay? And everybody loves to get gift cards, and gift cards are so easy to get. So here's my base card. Normally I do them 4 1/4 by 11, but this one I had to do 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. So it's 8 1/2 by 5 1/2 and scored at 4 1/4. So it just folds like a regular greeting card. All right, so we have that. Now I'm just going to add my layer, which is this piece right here. Let's grab our Easy Glide and just put some Easy Glide on the outside and throw that on there. Now the next thing that I want to do is to stamp my sentiment. Now you know I hate to waste paper. So here's going to be, let me just find my top piece and my bottom piece. So I cut this piece right here. The measurements for the cardstock will be on my blog, so you can hop on over there and get those. But what I like to do is to just take a small piece of paper. Why waste a whole piece of paper for the underneath? So I'm just going to take and put that one right there like that. So before I do that, I want to take and I want to stamp my sentiment. So let me just grab that. Remember, that is from that very cute, adorable set, which everybody should have in their stamping cabinet, is called Be Happy, SS0250. Love that stamp set. All right, so I'm going to grab that with my black licorice ink and just stamp that close to the top, okay, because we don't have too much wiggle room on there. All right, so we're just going to stamp that on the very top of the card, like that, and then let's clean off our stamp. Yeah, here we go. So I'm just going to take in my little cloth here and clean off my stamp. I like to clean them off as I go. They just stay cleaner longer. Okay, so there is that. Oh, I'm going to need that again, so I'm going to leave that out. So now what I can do is I can take and I can add that to the very top of my card, just like that. So I'm going to glue that down with my adhesive. All right, close to the top, and the next thing I'm going to do is to grab this piece right here. Now, we don't want to glue this whole thing down, because if we glue this whole thing down, we're never going to be able to get our little gift card in there. So what I'm going to do is to take my white liner tape right here and find the end of it, and we're just going to take and put it on 3 of the sides. Okay, let's just make sure I've got that right side up. So I'd hate to have that upside down. We're going to put that there, and then this over here. Now, the cute thing that what you can do is you can actually find a gift card and then come back and match your paper to the gift card. Does that make sense? It's really a lot of fun. And I'm going to take and change my bloom tool, because I love using this for my white liner tape. So I'm just going to change out my bloom tool. Remember that there's a little ball bearing right there, and these little indentations go right in where that ball bearing is, and that just locks it in there. You see, now it's stuck. All right, so what this one does, okay, my dental tool is what I call it. All right, so for you gals out there and guys out there that are dental hygienists, you know what I'm talking about. Doesn't that look like the tool that you work on the teeth with? And then it just very easily lifts up just like this. If you don't have a bloom tool, you definitely want a bloom tool. You definitely want a bloom tool. Okay, so I'm just going to take and lift that up, and now we have all the sides to our little pocket, except up here we didn't put any adhesive up there. And now I'm going to set that down just below my wording. All right, so there's my pocket. You see, it still opens up. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to use the band. Now, all of you know how much I love to save paper, but you can be considered a paper hoarder sometimes because you have way too much paper that you're hoarding. But what I like to do is organize my hoarding, okay? So these little strips, I've always told people don't keep things that are less than 1 inch wide, but I started doing it because these are great ribbons. So I have in here all different sizes and widths of paper. So for this one right here, I'm just going to use a small strip right here, but that one's not long enough. So let's try this one. Alrighty, so that one fits from side to side exactly where I want it to be. Now these are just strips that were left over that I put into, this right here is just a vase that I got flowers in. Or maybe it was even one of those edible arrangements, but it went perfect with my room, and it was just perfect for all my little hoarding papers. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just add some adhesive to this, and I'm just going to go all the way across, just like that, and add it from side to side. And that just kind of brings everything together. All right, it picks up the black in my card. It just works all together. All right, and I still have my pocket here. All right, so now what I need to do is to make, for the front of it, all I need to do is to make my little saying for right here. So let me just grab some scrap piece of paper. So I have a scrap piece of white right here. I'm going to grab the stamp that goes along with it, which is Life is Good. And now remember, I only want part of it. So I'm going to take my black licorice ink, and I'm just going to use part of it, just like this. Trying not to get any on the part below. If you do, and I think I got just a tad bit there, you can either take a Q-tip, or you can take a little wipe, like I'm going to do right here. This is just my lint-free cloth, excuse me, and I'm just going to wipe off the rest of where it was, and then just stamp it down right here. All right, scrap paper, loving it. Alrighty, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my circle punch, and this one right here is my 1-inch circle punch, and I'm just going to punch out the circle of Life is Good. All right, there we go. There's my Life is Good. Now what I need to do is to make the banner, which is right here. Let me put this on this side so that you can see it. So now what I'm going to do is make this little banner right here. And the way to do that, oops, there's my Life is Good. The way to do that is to grab a scrap piece of paper. We're going to bring in our punch. I'm going to switch them out, just punching that, or popping that out right there. And then what I'm going to do, you see that flower and that flower, the two of them marry each other and just slide right on. So now what I need to do is to punch out, this is just the scallop circle, and I'm going to punch that out. And then we're going to do one more step with that same scallop punch. I'm just going to grab a scrap sheet of paper. I'm going to temporarily adhere that to this scrap piece of paper because I need something to anchor it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring back in the same scallop punch, and I'm just going to ever so slightly turn it so that these lines, let me just line it up and then I'll show you what I'm doing. All right, hang in there with me, hang in there with me. All right, so what I did was, whoops, let's get it over to this side just a little bit. So what I did was, and I don't know if you can see it, but what I did was every scallop is in the middle of one of the other scallops. So this scallop right here is in the middle of one of the black ones. And when I punch it, it comes out to be this little starburst. Let me throw that in there. It comes out to be this little starburst so that when I take this off, instead of having a round scallop, we've got this cute, adorable little, award circle. All right, so now all I need to do is to attach this to the circle, and all we have to do left is to make the little banners. Again, I'm going to go into my hoarding little bucket right here. I'm going to grab one of the strips that I have. I'll take one of the long ones. I'm just going to cut, probably, let me grab my scissors here. I'm just going to grab, let's see, probably this length and this length, because you don't want them to be the same exact length. All right, put that back into my hoarding bucket because I don't waste anything. And then what you want to do is you want to take and make the banner bottom. You want to cut up the middle, all right, and then just bring this one to the center and this one to the center. Whoop, there we go. And then the same thing on this one. We're going to bring it up to the middle and bring this one to the center, and then this one to the center, and now we have our little banner. Okay, let's get rid of those, and then attach them to the back end of this. So we'll just take a little piece of adhesive, whoops, let's do the adhesive at the bottom, okay, and add this little banner here. And like I said, you don't want them both exactly the same size, so I just have this one a little bit longer. Let's take one of our large Journey foam squares and add that to the back of it. Okay, and then, whoops, let's put that up there. And then I try to keep neat, and then just add that to our card. So the outside of our card is done. We just have to add our little gift card to the outside of it. Now let's work on the inside of our card. Let's take a peek at that, okay? We're just going to take a peek at that, and I will show you that on the inside it's almost done, because we have the piece that we just cut out, and all I have to do is add the adhesive to it. So the way I like to do that, you can start at the top or the bottom. I'm going to start at the top because that's the one that has the most cutouts on it. And I'm going to just put adhesive. Now watch where I put the adhesive, okay? Whoops, that one went off the side just a little bit. Watch where I put the adhesive. And that is very important because you don't want to glue down things that really should not be glued down there, all right? I'm going to put some around the outsides of here and then right there. Now the top is all glued up. And what I'm going to do, lay this right in the crevice of your card, making sure that the whole bottom right down here is nice and centered, because once this is glued on there, it's glued on there for good, okay? So now what I'll do is to just take this and bring this down on top of it, all right? So I'm just going to lay this down, bring it down on top of it just like that, and press and open it up, and there's my top. My top is all glued down, and it's right in the crevice where it's supposed to be. So now take this side of it and just put your adhesive here. And you can put this pretty much close to the end, all right? You want it to be good and it adhered down really well, because you don't want this to pop up. And now you have your pop-up card. Now the next thing I'll do is to go back and bling it out. If you do decide you want to have a ribbon, like on the inside of both of these, you can do that, but you want to do that before you adhere it down, okay? I'm going to put something different down here, but on the inside of this one, let me just show you what I did differently on the two of these, okay? So on this one, I added some of our sequins, absolutely adorable sequins right here. These were the pink ones, and they're called the Pink World. Go figure, okay? And then I added some of my Journey Glaze and my sparkle cuts. Remember how much I love these sparkle cuts? They're bigger than glitter. There's a purpose for glitter and there's a purpose for sparkle dots. I just put the sparkle dust on that. And then I added my ribbon. And this is some new ribbon in our catalog. This is the 2016-17 catalog. This is our new ribbon that goes along with one of our collections, okay? This is called Amazing Stripes. I love it. Absolutely gorgeous ribbon. So that was the pink card, and that's totally done. Let me just bring back in the blue card to show you. This is where my pocket is. I did my stars. And on the inside here, what I did was I cut, let me just see if I have one. Yes, I do. I have this right here, and all I did was I just took this size piece of paper, I put it over the die, and then I just ran the die through this. I will cut these off right here. I'll take my adhesive and just cut these off right here, and then I just glued them, okay? I just glued this whole thing to, whoops, here we go. I just glued this whole thing right to the words on the inside. Okay, so there's that, and there's that, and I just trim up this a little bit. Just with my scissors, I would trim this up just a little bit, just round it out, and then that goes, I just glued it right onto the inside, so you can have two different colors, and then just bent those over. You can leave them standing up, because if it folds over, there's just so many possibilities with this. Don't you absolutely love this? Look at this card, and I'm telling you, it is the cutest little card ever. So, if you have any questions, hop on over to my blog. More inspiration over there. I love having you. If you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me. Take care and have a great day. Bye.